Liberty Bibberty. So
Liberty, liberty, liberty. That one?
No, the one where they say Liberty Bibberty.
They say liberty, bibberty?
Yeah, Liberty Bibberty. I used to have a house that I shared with a roommate, and he at the last minute he decided he got a girl pregnant, right? And I understand doing the right thing, this and the other, but you don't bail on somebody you're sharing a place with, without some sort of notice. He just one day shows up. It's like, I'm moving out. You've got a month to get the utility bills switched into your name because everything was in my name except for the water and the water and the electric. Sorry, that month I had everything in the house was turned on, and I ran the bathtubs every time I was home. I wouldn't run them while I wasn't there because I didn't want to flood the place because the lease was in my name. But I ran bathtubs. I flushed the toilets a million times. It's like, you're gonna pay for me, dude. Here's your $4,000 water bill.
So it's okay. So your water bill's so low. They bill you annually. Is that what you?
No, and may I add, the water bill, that was somewhere else where it was expensive because you have water, sewer, all that. Where I'm at, because we don't have sewer, we have septic systems. All I pay is just water, and they bill it every 2 months. So it's $18.
I have to look at mine because they put the water, trash, and all that on one bill. You get like one bill, the water.
Yeah, my stuff's all separate. I have private
Refuge.
trash. Yeah, I have private trash. I don't have to pay for sewer.
Okay, what's private trash? Like you have a dumpster, or you burn your
have
trash in the backyard, or how's that work?
No, I still have the same rolly can that you put out on the curb because I live in a neighborhood. There's different companies, and that's cool because they're competitive that way. I think I pay like $60 every 3 months for trash service, or $55 or something like that every 3 months. And that's for trash and recycling.
I pay $100 a month.
Holy shit!
And they want to raise it. Why?
Oh, probably your sewer.
Why do you need to raise it when?
Because it's California.
Because you're pooping too much.
It's California. We want money.
It's not that we're pooping. We are poop. Okay. Do you ever remember people calling businesses up with Arnold Schwarzenegger sound bites?
Yeah.
Or Al Pacino? The Al Pacino ones were good too.
I was an old school print caller. In my teenage days, I worked at a Kroger's. And on our breaks, we would sit at the payphone that was like right at the front of the store. There was a bench sitting there, and we'd sit there and put our
Did you say a bench or a bitch?
I heard a bitch.
I heard a bitch. Yeah. A bitch was sitting there.
Yeah, we sat on a bitch. She was a big old bitch. That's a huge bitch.
That biatch.
When I sit down, I like to sit on a biatch.
Bitch.
I like biatches. But
Biatche? You talking about Biatche?
Yeah, Biatche. So somebody's probably named that somewhere. Hey, there's somebody here, and I saw their name. It was on one of those Just Busted things, and their name was Clitoris Johnson. But it's spelled Cletoris. Clitoris Johnson. I shit you not, dude. It's a real fucking name. I still got that Just Busted somewhere. I have to find it.
Fuck it, that is too much, dude.
Yeah, I paid the 99 cents just because of that. I'm like, I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah, buy that for $1.
So we would prank call places, and we'd call KFC, and you keep calling, hanging up. KFC, Lee's Famous Recipe, all those chicken places. You call them, and you keep calling until a female answers. You're like, "Excuse me, ma'am, I was going to come by and get some chicken. I just wanted to know, how big are your breasts?" And we called the bowling alley and do you have 8-pound balls? Like, well, yeah, we do. Well, how the hell do you walk? But my favorite was, we're sitting there one day, me and my buddy, we're taking our break at the same time. We're over there drinking our Jolt Cola, And I look, and this lady named Karina, she's working she's up at the front desk, and she usually worked in health and beauty, right? So we call knowing she's going to answer the phone. She gets on, she's like, "Thank you for calling Kroger's. How may I help you?" I'm like, "Yes, ma'am. I'm just trying to figure out, do you guys have cotton balls?" And she's like, "Well, yes, I do." I'm like, "Well, does it tickle when you walk?" This lady laughed so hard, she almost vomited. I swear. She's like cackle laughing. People are looking at her. And then there was a lady that worked there one time. She was
She's
a
all
front-end supervisor. It was like she was a front end supervisor. She's one of those people who was 100% serious about her job. She walked around shoulders back. It's funny she ended up getting fired for embezzling money. But we called and she answered the phone. It's like,
"Oh yes, ma'am. My husband came to buy some things, and I forgot to tell him to get a couple things. Is there a way you can page him so I can tell him?"
And she's like, "Well, yes, ma'am. What was his name?" I was like,
"Jack."
She's like, "Well, ma'am, I need a full name."
"Jack Kevorkian."
She's so serious she never caught it. She gets on the PA and says, "Jack Kevorkian, can you come to the front of the store?" Jack Kevorkian. And this is when it was all over the news about him being the death doctor. So like the whole store, this whole Kroger's goes quiet and people are like, you hear this gasp.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. That dude's death doctor. He was dueling death out like nothing, wasn't he?
Yeah. You know, in some states it's illegal to commit suicide.
Yeah, well,
I thought that was all states.
I thought that was all states. All state. Now, when you're in all state insurance, you cannot commit suicide. That's all states. Just want to put that out there. You're in good hands.
Do they get ocean breezes in all states?
Dude, they do not. They do not. Because, it's State Farm.
We're going to get sued.
Yeah, we're going to get... I'd like to apologize to Allstate Insurance and to State Farm and to bungee jumpers or bungee smugglers, or I don't know what they call them. Yeah, bungee smugglers.
Insurance. I don't know. The one that kills me though is that fucking what's that one that's always on YouTube videos? The insurance company.
Nationwide.
No, the other one it's the one,
Nationwide is on your side.
Progressive.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh. State Farm.
Allstate.
Allstate. Geico.
I'm trying to think of the name of it now.
Geico. It's Geico.
It's Geico. It's Geico, isn't it? It's Geico, isn't it? I know it's Geico.
It's Geico. It's so easy. Even a caveman can do it.
Yep. It's gotta be Geico.
I saw a guy the other day and I said that because he looked like that. Oh, it's Peter. Sorry.
It's e-insurance. What's the other one?
Liberty Mutual.
Liberty Mutual. Yeah, that's right.
They got this new set of Liberty Mutual commercials come on. But every time I see one, I think of that one as like Liberty Bibberty.
Liberty. That one?
No, the one where they say Liberty Bibberty.
They say Liberty Bibberty?
Yeah, Liberty Bibberty. It's like a commercial. But that's stuck in my head for some reason. So now that's stuck in my head. Every time I see a Liberty Mutual commercial, I'm like, Liberty Bibberty. Well played, assholes, with your subliminal messages.
There you go.
Disclaimer, this show may or may not have subliminal messages. So, speaking of insurance things, I've got to ask you guys a question. Because I had this conversation with a good buddy of mine. The Progressive insurance commercials, Flo. Did you think she was hot?
Negative.
Negatory.
Well, there's a group of people out there who find her extremely hot, but they don't know why. Because there's whole pages dedicated to this where they look at her and like, oh my god, that chick's hot. But then they go and actually look at pictures of her, and she's like, she's ugly. But when the commercial's on, they're attracted to her. Tell me there's not some subliminal shit on that. You know what I mean? Subliminal. Sorry, I said subliminal.
Did you ever see that movie They Live with Roddy Piper?
Oh, with the sunglasses.
Right. That whole thing's about that whole thing's about aliens and subliminal messages, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole premise of that whole movie. So I think you're right. I think they are in advertise me. Can't even speak. Spoke.
It's the Liberty Bibberty.
It's the Liberty Bibberty, yeah. Take two. Take three.
Yep.
Take me to an ocean breeze by the lake.
That makes me think about what you call it from Jeopardy. Walter Trebek. Have you ever watched?
Hold on, wasn't his name Alex Trebek?
Who the fuck is Walter Trebek?
Blame it on the bush.
Blame it on the rain.
But no, Alex Trebek. Have you ever watched the videos, the outtakes of him? It's funny because he was always so postured and everything. He messes up a line and he's like, "Son of a bitch, motherfucker!" He's like cussing and kicking shit over, and I'm
That
like,
was Walter.
it was his alternate personality.
It was his Alter Walter.
Alter Walter. That's what we call him. Alter Walter is here to stay.
Alter Walter.